Hey, 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 hey! Bandit Nation, welcome back. So today is, we just finished up round two of the 2022 Golf Buddy Veterans Classic. Today's format was Scramble. Today was moving day. Set some goals for today. And overall, let me get to the punchline right now. We didn't do good. We didn't do bad. We ended up with another par 72 and kind of we're still in the middle of the pack. So didn't have the success that we hoped for today, although we had plenty of good shots today. But we also, didn't fall apart today like some other teams. So I don't know. This round's kind of a funny round to feel.
Yeah.
Like there's some things we could take confidence from. Other.
Definitely not our typical what you've seen or what we've seen from us before in the best ball kind of style tournaments. So that was a little humbling experience today, but like you mentioned, it was definitely some give and take out there on the course, and we did take a lot of experience, a lot of understanding of what to expect next tournament or the next year's tournament or whatnot. So
yeah, and that's the biggest two things that we wanted to do this year was one, have fun, and we've been doing that. Myrtle Beach has been a blast. And number two is gain experience so we can be competitive in future tournaments. And from yesterday's rules with how net scoring and all that stuff, and learning a lot from yesterday. Today with the best ball tournament, some new rules that we weren't accustomed to, that either we just had to be mindful of. One of the things was hey, for the scramble today, each member of the team had to have at least six. You had to use 6 of their tee off shots, so you couldn't just have one stud. Hit all 18, shots. You had to have at least 6. We didn't run into that problem. We actually, at the end tally, it was 9 and 9.
Yeah.
So, we made a pretty good team. We each contributed today. But another thing we didn't know today was, I still got to look this up. It's a waist bunker.
Waist bunkers.
I believe is what they're called. That you can ground your club in there and shoot. We didn't want to drive in there. It was just very weird. I don't have much experience with waist bunkers, and shoot me in the comments if I'm not even saying it right. If it's something totally not called waist bunkers, waist hazards maybe. I don't know. Kind of threw us for a little bit of a loop. If you're doing scramble right, you'll never end up in that spot anyways. But we had some good times today. But it was cool. When we were on a couple birdies today, and it's what was unfortunate was there were 2 holes today where off the tee we both. It was one where we both lost our ball.
The one, I don't even know which one it was. In the first,
it was the first par 5. I want to say it was the 3rd hole. So just as we're kind of trying to get our mojo, kind of get our rhythm started. We put ourselves really, be behind the 8 ball by getting off to a bad start on a par 5. I think we recovered pretty good and ended up taking a bogey. And in the end, we actually had a chance at birdie. It was a longer putt.
Yeah. But,
we put ourselves in a position. We were grinding all day today. And then I know on another one, I lost the ball on the tee shot, and we ended up in the woods and having to punch out.
Yeah.
And hey, why don't you talk us through that punch out, that $50 punch out there?
Yeah, so took 2 tee shots into the woods. One was recoverable, and because of it being best ball, and you can take it club length and adjust for the non initiating ball. So it was my ball that I ended up in the woods. So he got the relief of a club length. So what I was telling him to do was take the safe route and go pretty much 90 degrees from where we're at, right into this fairway, safe shot, everything's good. Did everything
Nailed
pretty
it.
much.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
My partner asked me to do something, spot on, 10 out of 10.
And I just had I don't know, like an itch in the old rear end, I guess. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to try to take it pretty much straight through this, I would say about 4 feet gap between two trees. And meanwhile, my ball was pretty much placed right where my club would come into contact with a tree. So
yeah, I mean, you were at approach, like as you were addressing the ball, your body was leaned
on the
up
left
against
side
the
of
tree.
the tree for just, to make sure I had some sort of like, I don't know, distribution of weight or something. So went in there, tried to do a punched it out perfectly. But in doing so, I completely snapped my 7-iron shaft. So
yeah, on the follow through as he swung, on the shaft hits the tree, bends.
Yeah.
Gosh darn, near 90 degrees almost.
So it went from having a straight shaft to pretty much a V.
Yeah, and so if you remember from as we were getting started with day one, after it was like, these are Proby's brand new irons. They were in the plastic when he brought them here, and now, well, he still
have them.
Yeah,
still have them, but now I had to go to the PJ Superstore.
That's what it's called, PJ Tour Superstore.
Shout out to them.
They got
big shout out to them. Jesus, big. I mean, we've been there a couple days, so went over there. They were able to reshaft and re-grip my club. The only thing is now I have a Project X shaft on there when I think it's tour rifling on all the other irons. So now I have a misfit. So
yeah, one of these does not look like the other, but it makes for a good story.
They're like cousins, you know what I mean? The same thing. But yeah, definitely big shout out to those guys over there. They were definitely hustling. I mean, obviously, typically through the week, I'm sure they, go through the same, rigors of, getting people in and out and rental clubs and all those things and special kind of, circumstances. But I guess from this week of, tournament play, big shout out to those guys because they were definitely in overhaul mode. So yeah, so now I have a 7-iron again for tomorrow. Fingers crossed that I don't have some sort of thought process that I'm going to do some sort of Tiger Woods shot where I punch out from the woods, snap my 7-iron, and make like eagle. So yeah, lesson learned, and $80. Well, it could have been $80. Is lesson learned on the course. So with it being an $80 overall price, we were able to knock it down $20 with the gift cards that we got from registration. And like I said, another big shout out to those guys for giving us a military discount. I think it's 5% or something. I mean, any kind of percent is some sort of discount.
Always appreciate the support.
So it definitely supported us with that discount. And like I said, end of the day, $52 for a complete new shaft that doesn't match my brownie iron. So let's learn, you guys out there, don't do it.
Yeah, and I felt so bad afterwards. Like I will say this: we did end up using, because I felt bad. We did end up using his shot on that one because that would have sucked. It's like, it's still in the rough. Let's just use mine because then he would have broke his iron for nothing. So we did use it. But all that being said, it wasn't an $80 punch out,
no,
right? So
definitely not.
So yeah, don't be stupid out there, kids.
Learn your lesson from old Uncle Proby right
there. Uncle Proby will let you know.
Just don't.
Yeah.
Just don't. Go with the safe shot.
Pick up the ball and just get. Yeah. But yeah, I want to say at the end of the scorecard, I think we're still able to scramble and manage to get up and down for par from there. So I don't know, maybe it was worth $80. Well, I do notice. I was thinking about it. We had a practice round and our round one the last couple days, and we haven't really kind of talked about any kind of particular shots. We just kind of generalized some goods and bads. Yesterday I had my issues putting. Today I feel like I got those resolved. My driver wasn't as consistent as the last couple of days. But one of the things I want to talk about and see if I can make it a thing, if we can make it a thing, if we even deserve it, is a shot of the day kind of deal. And today, I believe it was the 14th hole. We got a little bit of unluckiness. I hit a gorgeous drive. It was probably my best drive of the day, but unfortunately it went through some leaves, caught a little bit of a tree limb, like a tiny one, and it popped it back down in the fairway. It took like 100 yards off the the shot. So it kind of sucked. And it's like, it's a par 4. We're not going to make it on in 2. And we pull up. We're in the fairway. It's 225 yards away. There's a bunker in front guarding it. Elevated green. Like just everything is saying, hey, at this point we got to treat this thing like a par 5, lay up, and then take a wedge in.
Right.
But it is Scramble, so we are, there's a chance for some aggressiveness. And I felt at 225, if I could get there I could probably get there with my 5-wood, but it's like a 1 in a million shot. And so we came up as a team with the strategy that Proby would hit first, and he was going to be aggressive, and he'd go after the green. And if he got it anywhere near there, then I'd green light myself for the 5-wood. If he, loses it in the trees or whatever, and we're just in bad shape with his shot, then I would just go to trusty pitching. Yeah, I was going to lay up, and we'd follow the conservative approach and just take our medicine and move on. And this guy right here, shot of the day, 225 yards out, elevated green, guarded by bunkers, and he comes 4-iron tell it.
Yeah,
that was gorgeous.
So you're sitting there, you're obviously thinking, like Howie just said, you're kind of you're feeling a little deflated because of just the situation. Perfect drive, and it ends up being, shot down by just a little twig of a branch.
And we're killing it on the back nine. As we made the turn, like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, we're on a streak.
Yeah.
And we got momentum on our side, and then this happens, and it's now threatening to stall our momentum.
Everything. Yeah, so you're sitting there, 225. I'm looking at the pin placement. It's a little bit behind a bunker, so it's protected. And it's blue flag, so you're sitting in the back, and you're just pretty much saying, well, what can I do at this point? Obviously, with the new irons, I've been seeing a little bit more distance, so I was like, you know what, let me get aggressive and take the 4-iron out. Took the 4-iron out, squared up to it, and just got everything out of it, and took it about pin high. I would say about 20, 30 feet left of the pin, and that pretty much was something that, like, not only saved that hole, but it put that momentum back into our our sails, so we were good.
Yeah, absolutely recharged us. Like we had just gotten like a little bit of bad luck there with the tree limb, and I mean, Proby, the flight of this ball that came off of his 4-iron, I mean, it looked like a drive. And it's like literally comes down right smack dab in the middle of the green, and it was hot coming in, so it did get a good skip, but in a good way, because this green was also like a 2-tiered green, and it rolled to the top edge of the tier we needed to be on, and we ended up like so now we're putting for birdie when we thought this was going to be a bogey hole, and I mean so we got fortune was on our side to get up on the green, and then fortune was like, okay, we're not going to give you a birdie too. That might be a little bit too much, because we just skimmed the edge of almost pulling out a birdie out of our butt on something we should have been a bogey, and it ended up being a tap and par, but it just kept it going. Like, I think that was our biggest bear hug moment of today, was as soon as that shot landed.
That was definitely a situation where, we needed like that momentum to be put back into us, and we took advantage of that shot, and obviously walking away with par, it does suck, but from thinking about what it could have been to what it came out to be, it's definitely a lot better outcome.
Yeah, definitely a stroke gained, and who knows what happens if we try laying up. Maybe we still find ourselves in the bunker. It could have been we avoided disaster, and came out of there like pretty good.
Yeah.
So that was just a tremendous show of strength and accuracy. It was a heck of a shot of the day. Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be able to talk about another one. Speaking of tomorrow, so we go into the final round 3, and we are going north of the border.
Yeah.
So we're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, but tomorrow we'll be playing at the Meadowlands, which is a golf club in North Carolina, but lucky for us, it's we're kind of right here on the border, so it's actually going to be the closest golf course to us.
Passports.
Yeah, yeah, we got a 9:15 tee time, which actually works out pretty well. So the last couple mornings we've been waking up before 6 a.m. to go play golf, and tomorrow we get to sleep in a little bit, so that we'll be able to show up rested. Tomorrow's format is alternate shot. So from what I understand, both of us will be teeing off on every hole. We'll choose which ball we want to use, and then from there, alternate. So say if we both tee off and we decide that we're going to go with Proby's ball, which probably wouldn't happen, but say it does, then we use his ball, and then I will hit the next shot, he'll the next shot, and then I'll putt, he'll putt, like until it goes in the hole. Then we go to the next hole, we'll both tee off and rinse and repeat and do it again. So looking forward to that. Get some news. We find ourselves, right here in the middle of the pack, and looking at, like, truth be told, we're playing at least one division, maybe two above our weight class, if you will, and we're hanging right here in the middle of the pack with the boys. And
definitely we're pulling weight. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you guys have ever played tournaments. Like he said, comment down there and tell us a bit of the story, but. For a situation where you're expected to play like crap and to be the worst team, supposedly, just because of your handicapping or whatnot, us being in a category of players that, obviously we just should not be here with, we are definitely pulling our own weight and showing them, obviously on the scoreboard, like, hey man, like maybe these guys do deserve to be here.
Yeah, we haven't shot over par through the first 2 days. And out of 52 teams on paper, we're supposed to be in 52nd place. It's not even supposed to be close. And instead, if you look at day one and today, yesterday we were 4 strokes out of 10th place. Today's round we were like 5 strokes from 7th place or something like that. I'm like, we're closer to first place than we are to last place. Right. When in each round, and we're just find ourselves in the middle of the pack there overall, somewhere in the 29, maybe 30, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens tomorrow, but I don't know. I got some good vibes going into tomorrow. I
definitely like that closeout kind of feeling.
Yeah.
I guess you can kind of feel like, or you can say it feels kind of like that Sunday kind of. Hey, we're going to go in. We're not obviously right now on the leaderboard, but we're in the pack that that makes money. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, we will go home with some sort of thing. Obviously,
we deserve to be here,
right? Like this tournament, we're not going to make money, but we're going to walk away head up high and definitely a lot of momentum and just overall experience. You know what I mean? And just knowing that we did what we just did. So Sunday or Wednesday is going to be definitely like our feel where we're coming in there. Obviously we want to still have the momentum behind us and put up good numbers and do whatever we can, but like I said, walking away with the experience and the understanding of what we were able to do in the tier that we were positioned in is definitely a game changer for us.
I'm really proud of ourselves, and I can't wait like tomorrow to hey, let's do it again. We like, I'm looking at it as like we get another chance, like another opportunity to show like these last couple of days haven't been a fluke. And and shoot, we actually have better golf inside it, that is just absolutely screaming to get out.
Right.
And so hopefully tomorrow we have some more fun, which we've been having the last couple of days. It's been a hoot. And we put up another respectable score, and we finished strong, and so appreciate all the support that we've been getting this week. That's been really fun too. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow after the round.
What I would like to say is maybe like with this whole shot of the day thing, maybe introduce that like on your guys' social media where people start submitting like shots of the day and maybe sending them like a sleeve of balls or some sort of like, hey, here's a thing, and you guys can comment down there, and say, hey, what you would like to see. Obviously, the thing of what is to come is obviously still in the works, but mention something that you guys would like to see or want to participate in. But definitely a shot of the day would be really cool to see that, put it on the old Instagram or Facebook or something like that, and then you know throw a mention out there of the person that submits it, and send them like a sleeve of balls or something, you know. So mention that down there in the comments, guys, and you know we'll see you guys a little later.
Take care. Band it out.